If you want to find out a little bit more about your computer, some of the basic information or system information, you can click on the Start button, go to the Control Panel, come up here, click on System and Maintenance, click on System, and there you go. Of course, the shortcut to that, close out, just right-click on your computer here or click on Start button, and right-click on your computer there and go to Properties. Scroll down, get a little bit more information. This is Windows Vista Ultimate. You may have Windows Vista Home, Home Basic, Home Premium, or Business. Each one has its own pluses and minuses here, well, Ultimate being the best of all of them. And then the company, your rating system. In fact, let me go over that. The WEI, or Windows Experience Index, is a rating system. Go ahead and click on the link. What it does is it lets you know how it can handle certain applications or games or things like that. 1.0 being the lowest score and 5.9 being the highest. So when it comes to buying a computer, if you can, go ahead and they give you access to it, come on, close out of here. Right click on the computer, go to Properties, and then click on Windows Experience Index. Now, the overall rating is a 5.7. It's almost clipping at 5.9, so I know this computer is going to handle a lot of applications very well. Click on the Windows Experience Index, and it breaks it down here. So calculations per second, memory, operations per second, desktop performance with Windows Aereo. If I have it turned on, it's going to do fantastic. When it comes to gaming, it's going to be fantastic here. And then the disk data transfer rate. So if you're clipping 5.9, that's really good. If you're at a 1, 2, 3, you're doing okay. At least when it comes to doing simple applications, you should be fine. But when it comes to pushing the envelope with games and things like that, graphics, you're not going to do as well unless you're right up there, right close to 5.9. Go ahead and close out of that. And then just to finish it off down below, how much memory you have, 8 gigabytes. It's a 64-bit operating system. How fast the computer is, 2.66 gigahertz. As of this training video, it's probably up to about 3 gigahertz, so it's getting faster. You can view more system information either by holding down the Control-Alt-Delete keys. In fact, I'll do it here. And then click on Start Task Manager, which you may not see because my screen is flashing here, or just close out and right click anywhere on your taskbar here and go to Task Manager, and that will bring it up. Performs two functions, well, the least of which is that if you have an application open here on the Applications tab, let me minimize this and open up my document, maximize it, and it's over here saying not responding. You want to right click and bring up that Task Manager, select it here and click End Task. In other words, if you can't close out of it here and it's freezing up on you, open up the Task Manager, come in here, select it, click on End Task, maybe click on it a second time, and hopefully it will give you a little box that says End Now, so you can end it and close out the application without having to shut down your computer or forcing a shutdown, because the last thing you want to do is to shut down your computer. I've heard of some people ripping the plugs right out of the wall. Don't do that. If you have to, and this doesn't work, either manually closing out of it or forcing a shutdown by clicking on the End Task here, then you can hold down your power button for 5 seconds and it will force a shutdown. I don't recommend ripping the plug right out of the wall unless you're absolutely at wit's end, but still those types of things can damage your computer. So select it, click on End Task, and it should close it right out unless it's having some major problems, and give it a few seconds, maybe 30 seconds to think about it. Processes are various processes that are running in the background. See, services, they're like processes but can run whether a user is logged in or not. Your performance up at the top, you've got for every central processing unit, you have a little window, and I have a quad-core processor. In other words, I have 4 CPUs that can run separate calculations, each one of them, which supposedly makes my computer a lot faster. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can see how each one of them is doing. And then down below, my memory usage, the total amount of physical memory. Come down here and click on the Resource Monitor here. Now, this is in the way. So what I can do is I can click on the Options. Instead of always being on top, uncheck that, and then click on the application behind it, so that way I can see this. You want to monitor your resources like your processors, your disk drive. You can click on that to expand it. Gives you a patient readout here of how it's doing or how intense we're using that. The hard drive, the CPU, our network, if we're really pounding the network and downloading stuff or uploading things to it. The memory, if it's taking up a lot of memory. Like I said, your system resources, and you can collapse that. Close out. Networking, you can monitor your network, utilization of your system including bandwidth, local and wireless, and you can see down below. The local area connection is 100 megabits per second, which isn't good right now because I want 1000 megabits per second or 1 gigabit per second, which is faster. So you may want to go over with your network admin why it's not so fast. In other words, how fast can I share information or load it up to the network? And then wireless. Wireless is, well, in general, it's pretty punchy or slow versus a direct connect like a landline. And then your users here, how many users are logged on to the same computer here, or others who are connected to your computer over the network, and you can actually send messages to each other here. Thanks for watching. Hey, as a quick reminder, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click on me and subscribe to my channel, get notified of the latest videos, and for only $2 a month, you can have access to all my Microsoft Office training videos.